It's so funny how far we have to travel back when we were in Liyue last with Kaya. And now we have to like travel all the way back again. Very interesting, like the whole, I guess the whole gambling thing and the whole like swindling someone, just to show that he is someone who would not do that to someone, but is very capable of doing it as well, which I think is an interesting character trait. Let's figure out what we have to do here now. Because there's gonna be a different choice here, right? As usual.
You're always so busy.
So let's see. So we have to choose. We can spend. Maybe we choose this choice now.
Now I remember why you're an honorary knight. Of course, being tempted by money is beneath you.
Honestly, I took the money the first time, Kaya.
Your honest character is dazzling to behold. Like the sunlight reflecting off the surface of Cider Lake in the late fall. I hold my hands up. My thinking was mistaken.
Your honest character is so dazzling to behold is such like a thing you would say.
In that case, I guess today's end-of-trip blowout is cancelled. I shall pack my luggage and prepare to return to Mondstadt.
Oh my god, we go to Mondstadt? Yes, it'd be nice to catch everyone in Mondstadt anyway.
You do that for me? Well, this wasn't what I'd originally planned, but it's a very welcome development.
That's awesome, okay.
When I was souvenir shopping, I picked out something for you too. Guess my thoughtfulness wasn't in vain.
You got me a souvenir? Oh, thank you so
Let's
much.
keep that a secret for now. Not because I want to keep you guessing. It's just that I didn't think I'd run into you here. All my gifts are back at the inn.
No problem. Whatever you got me, you'll be perfect.
I want you to find out for yourself when you open it. The surprise is what gift giving is all about, is it not?
Fine, we'll
Then
take that.
Settled. We'll leave together shortly.
So he got me a souvenir. We're heading back to Mondstadt, which I didn't know we were going to even be able to do because like I guess we went to Liyue, we were in Sumeru, and now, oh my god. Look how far away that is. We're oh my god. We're all the way back here. Guys, we have a quest in Mondstadt. There is a quest in Mondstadt, a hangout in Mondstadt. Hello, Lid, how are you? Hello. How is everyone doing? It feels different coming back here when you have a quest though, right? It feels way different. Man, look at this. It feels so different.
Look, Mondstadt's windmills. Ah, such a comforting sight.
This whole place is super comforting.
Now, as promised, your souvenir.
What do we get?
According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this.
All
And
right.
this lamp in particular once housed a very powerful genie.
As long as it's not not like the other ones.
Merchants love to exaggerate to help make a sale, but it's still quite the
Whatever
pretty
you got
little
me,
lamp.
I'll be happy.
I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to
Why
your
we like you.
collection. Of course, you can also use it as an ordinary pot. Personally, I think it'd make an excellent wine vessel.
I'll put it on display.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me, or you can make your own schedule.
Whatever
I could
you...
give everyone their
Let's go.
souvenirs first.
Oh my
but
god, he's gonna give you
I'm
souvenirs?
not sure whether I'm in the mood for running around and visiting people right after the long journey. Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions?
So what are we gonna suggest? We can chill out together. So you can relax without getting bored, okay?
I'm honored to have
And then we'll
such
do
a
the other one
caring
after
friend.
that. I'm so excited. Souvenir giving.
Let's go to the plaza in front of the cathedral. We can listen to the bards playing or feed the pigeons.
Okay.
After so long in Sumeru, I've begun to miss that slow-paced and relaxed atmosphere. There's no rush. We can take our time and stroll on over.
So we are heading. Like, oh my god. Like, again, like I am here every day. I'm here in Mondstadt every single day. But, like, do you get what I'm saying? There's something so different about coming here for a mission. Right? It's complete. No, we're gonna walk. We're gonna walk. You kidding me? It's completely different coming here for a mission. It feels different. It's just one of the most beautiful places ever. It is my home. It is where I started. It's where we met those people that helped us in the start of our journey. It prepared us for the rest of our journey. It's such a good feeling to be here. Oh, well, if it isn't you guys again. Wow, what a great people to bump into. It was such a fantastic day for everyone here. This feels so special to me, man. This is so special to me. Oh, well, if it isn't Luke. Oh, what a stinky man. Stinky man, Luke. Fancy being you here. Fancy smelling you here, am I right? It's been like 400 hours. What are you doing back here? I'm hanging out with Kaya. Stinky Luke. Asking me stinky questions. What a stinky individual. Oh, look at you. It feels, I see this thing every day, but now that we're doing a quest, it like feels so different. It feels so different. Where's...
Port Ormos is always lively, even late into the night. People there go to bed much later
yeah,
than I
like when
imagined.
at nighttime it lights up.
Quite a stark contrast with Mondstadt. People pray and play music in the Cathedral Plaza during the day, but come nighttime, the streets are deserted except for the knights on patrol.
Which lifestyle do you prefer?
Good question. Life in Sumeru is never dull. Last time I was out drinking on the street at night, some passing mercenaries invited me to dance.
That's lovely.
Although, I did learn later that that kind of thing is highly unusual even there. They must have been in a very good mood that night.
I mean, they also saw you and they were like, let's have a
They
dance.
taught me a lot of songs that they usually sing during feasts. It really was a fun night. But be that as it may, I think I'm more suited to the free and easy life in Mondstadt.
Okay, it's nice. And yeah, you can call this place home as well.
Simple, honest folks like me, we don't need much to be content.
Could you even hear what you're saying? You know, the thing is though, we're learning in the last part of the quest, like he is honest, but like in a very, like I said, he's capable of swindling everybody. He could swindle everyone, but he doesn't do it.
Fair enough. Let's shelve that discussion for now. Have you ever had a chance to hear the Cathedral Choir before?
Whoa.
The hymns they sing are a whole tradition in their own right. Quite different from the folk songs that the bards play.
Not yet.
Well, let's see if we can catch them today. Sister Grace is right there, so we can ask her about the choir's schedule.
Look, this is kind of nice listening to the choir. Like, I'm up for it.
Excuse me, Sister Grace. Does the church choir have any performances coming up soon?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The hymn concert we previously announced has unfortunately been pushed back.
Oh? What's the story there?
As you probably know, Captain Kaya, we've been trying to organize an amateur choir in addition to the regular church choir.
Ah, yes. I heard about that. I believe the plan was ultimately to have different choirs who can take turns to perform hymn concerts.
Yes, exactly. Well, it turns out there are plenty of believers who are good singers and interested in joining a choir. So, in theory, it should have been a simple case of getting everyone in the same room, then practice, practice, practice.
Honestly, it's so nice to even see, like, the sisters here as well, you know?
But, for some reason, the rehearsals are going terribly. I don't understand it. Everyone in the choir has a basic level of musical literacy, but they sound awful
They sound
together.
bad?
It's like everyone's trying to do their own thing. There's no group harmony. Oh, maybe I'm just not musically gifted enough to give them the guidance they need. Captain Kaya, I know you like listening to hymns. How good is your understanding of vocal music?
He's good at theater.
Me? Music is far from my forte. But if you need some help, then don't worry. I know an expert who's more than up to the task.
Thank you so much, Captain Kaya. Having some expert guidance will definitely be a great help.
I'm sure you've figured out who this expert is already. He has the best singing voice
No.
of any poet in Mondstadt.
No.
And understands poetry better than
No.
any other singer. Plus,
And we're
he's
going to the Angel's
exceptionally
Share?
easy to find. 9 out of 10 times, he's in the tavern.
You're joking me. You're joking. There's no way he's gonna show up now. I am. And again, like the Angel's Share, of course it's Venti. Of course it is. I didn't expect to see Venti in this. At all. Where is he? Venti! Venti, I'm here! Venti, I'm coming! This is so exciting. It's so great to be back here for a mission. And there's a missing poster of our sister as well. Oh my god. Do you see? Oh wait, is he outside? Oh, he's outside. Oh! he's just sitting there. Oh, it's so good to see him again.
Good day. Drinking alone? I hope you don't mind us joining you.
Hello, Venti.
Hello, hello. Please, take a seat.
Hello, hello.
We're all friends here.
This is the best. This is so good.
Patton, 1 moonlit alley and an apple cider.
I'm so happy with this. The fact that, again, like, coming back to Mondstadt, but also meeting
excellent
characters like this
choices.
again.
Come on, let's have a toast and drain our glasses together.
And Venti, of course, drinking.
Here's to the time spent drinking with friends, which is more unforgettable than the drinks are delectable.
Such a poet. Such a beautiful poet.
Ever the poet, Professor Venti.
Yep.
A beautiful toast from the bard with the most.
We're doing a mission where we're looking at Kaya and Venti again. This feels like we're back at the start of the game.
Any new songs of yours we could listen to? There's a real dearth of quality entertainment at the moment, since the Cathedral's choir performance has been delayed again. Speaking of which, I trust you've heard Sister Grace's choir perform before?
Of course. Though the format is a little on the formal side,
Yeah?
they do sing quite beautifully.
Again,
pleasant
Eric is
to
just so
listen to.
freaking good at this. And I always, again, like, you know, like, I don't know every voice actor by name, but I do know Erica, because, of course, like, I played a lot of games with Erica in there. I know a lot of voice actors have been in that we, you know, Max Minimum and all these characters as well. But, like, Venti is just, like, such, like, a perfectly played character, I feel like, you know, they really, like, get Venti so much.
So you'd say you enjoy listening to hymns?
Let me think. Well, however it's expressed, as long as you can hear the singer's passion and joy in their voice, I consider it a phenomenal performance.
That's fantastic. Just an appreciation for music.
Passion and joy, huh? An intriguing perspective. By this logic, I suppose Lord Barbados would also enjoy the choir's performances.
Yeah?
Oh? And why is that?
Think about it. It's only because of his patient guidance and protection that the people of Mondstadt can now sing such beautiful
True.
hymns in the cathedral.
Very true. Yeah.
It must be
That freedom.
quite satisfying for him to hear a joyful people lift up their voices in song.
Yeah. Like, I know, like, genuinely, I know, like, he's, like, you know, doing this little Kaya playfulness. By the way, the cheeks, like, the color in the cheeks, now that he's back in Mondstadt, because of, like, the Mondstadt wind is actually a very nice touch for, Kaya. Now, maybe it's always been there, and I've just, but, like, I think maybe the sun is a different direction. I don't know. But, yeah.
Yes, well, that's a beautiful image filled with hope. But actually, maybe Barbados himself doesn't give it so much thought.
Is this one of those situations where, like, most people know, like, who Zhang Li is? Like, a few people know who Zhang Li is, and a few people also know who, like,
In principle,
Venti
the
is.
hymns of the cathedral are dedicated to a god. But in reality, the audience are all ordinary people with very worldly concerns. So what really matters is that the people enjoy what they're listening to.
Okay.
If Sister Grace was able to see things that way, perhaps she wouldn't feel so
Sister Grace is distressed, Venti.
Huh? Distressed? About what?
You explain Sister Grace's predicament to Venti.
Ugh, she might be asking a bit too much. To be honest, if they have a natural talent for music, they should just be allowed to sing whatever they want. It'll all sound good.
Even if their voices aren't in harmony?
I'm pretty sure the first people to sing songs to the Animal Archon weren't all singing the same tune.
I suppose. Look at this precious god. Look at this precious god.
Besides, he is the god of freedom. Surely he'd prefer to hear Mondstadters sing their hearts out however comes naturally to them.
Well, to each their own, I say. But Sister Grace seems quite bothered by the whole thing. If only a kind soul with a deep understanding of poetry and music could help her. Patton?
More drinks?
Uh-oh. I only brought enough
No
money
way.
for one bottle today.
No way.
I'll have to pass.
No way.
Another bottle of apple cider for Venti, please, Patton. My treat.
You're gonna get him drunk.
Wow. Thanks, Kaya. You were one of the finest students ever to emerge from my fast-track
You
love
went to his poetry
class.
class?
I always did admire your enthusiasm and kindness.
Venti getting a free drink, by the way. Loves it. Remember the time at the party?
With the aid of this bottle, a humble bard's woes are whisked away on the wind. And so it falls to this humble
love
bard
him.
to pass the blessing on to another.
Heck yeah.
Then this is probably the single most worthwhile alcohol purchase I've ever made. With your help, Sister Grace's problems are as good as solved.
So good.
Sister Grace is a devout follower of the Animo Archon. Perhaps it's her depth of devotion that causes her to worry too much about the smallest things.
Don't worry. Just wait a moment. I'll go find her. Right after I finish this cider.
So it's like, oh, was it? I thought he was like, oh, well, if Venti's like a little bit happier, like when he's drunk, he'll agree to it. But it actually is, like, hey, this is a little bit of a bribe.
Next time you visit her, our sweet sister shall be sad no more.
That's actually like, okay, that's way sweeter. The idea that it's a bribe, because we've seen like Venti like takes a lot to get drunk. Oh my God! Hello.
Kaya is a wily character, but free wine is always the most delicious.
You could always refuse.
It's fine. I mean, the church's choral hymns aren't exactly my strong suit, what with all the finicky formalities and so on. But as long as there is love for music in the air, I'm sure I'll be able to help.
It sounds like it'll actually take a lot of work. You're not just doing it for the wine.
Hey, if I'm happy and Sister Grace is happy and the audience is happy, that's a great thing, isn't it?
Sure. Absolutely sure. This is so good. This is absolutely so freaking good, guys. Wait the following day from 6 o'clock. Okay, I will. No, I'm sorry, but this is so freaking good. Like, I'm just having like a blast, like being back here. Again, like it's one of those things. Like it's the same thing when we went back to Liyue with Baiju. Like we were like, oh my God, this place is incredible. But like I feel like the difference of Mondstadt is like, it's been a while since we've had like a mission. Like a main, not a main story, but like a main fully like voiced mission in Mondstadt, right? It's been a long time. So it feels really special to be back here, you know? You look at it from a different perspective. You really do. But it feels great to be here. It feels really great to be here. Obviously, we did Barbara's before we went to Inazuma. I remember we did at the end of Barbara's before we went to Inazuma. We did the end of Betty's before we went to Inazuma. I don't think it shows the hangouts. I think it does show the hangouts we've done, right? What are hangouts? Did we do any of these in Mondstadt? Well, yeah, we would have done. This was Mondstadt. This was Mondstadt. We didn't finish Diana's. That's Mondstadt as well. That's Inazuma. Let's see. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it just feels very fresh, you know? It's coming back home. Oh, speaking of coming back home, there we go. Oh, actually, speaking of coming back to a second home, there we go. I'm bringing Klee back here.
Hello, Sister Grace. How are the rehearsals going?
Captain Kaya, your bard friend has a few suggestions that are somewhat fanciful.
Fanciful, huh?
Fanciful in the sense of not worth adopting? Is that what you mean?
What are your thoughts, Venti?
Everyone in the choir loves to sing, but they're used to singing their favorite songs.
Look at this sweetheart. Look at it. Look at this. Look at our little drug sweetheart.
Suddenly asking them to sing in perfect harmony like a church choir with years of experience is just too difficult. So, why ask them to adjust to the demands of those staid old church hymns when you could just create a new song for them? One that they'll be able to grasp quickly? If you want, I could help.
Okay.
Church choirs typically stick to traditional hymns. This is certainly an innovative idea. What's stopping you from considering it, Sister Grace?
While I don't expect a recently established amateur choir to perform on par with our own church choir, this would be a major departure from tradition. I'm just not convinced that it's appropriate.
Appropriate is why we're looking for, okay.
Is the Church of Favonius really such a stickler for tradition? Giving believers the chance to express themselves
I agree.
freely seems like it
That's
would
the
be
whole
a very
point of
positive
Mondstadt,
thing.
right? That's the whole point of Mondstadt is to be free.
So Venti, do you think the Animo Archon would
Oh,
like
the
to
way
hear
you
a
keep
new
saying it
melody?
like that.
Of course! This was the wish of the people when New Mondstadt was first founded.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's see what our other friend
Venti
thinks.
knows all about that.
Traveler, what are your thoughts?
Yeah,
Another vote of confidence.
of course.
Maybe there's hope for this idea.
I
yet.
100% believe in that.
Maybe it's just a generational thing, but... Oh, well, it's not a completely unreasonable idea. I suppose it can't hurt to try.
Looks like we're all in favor then. So let's start preparing. Sister Grace, could we trouble you to inform the choir members?
Of course. I'll tell them now, and then we'll give this a try. Should we find some people to help us compose the lyrics? If this is to be a new song of the people, then the more fresh ideas we have, the better.
I think the reason why Venti's voice just like hits me so much, like whenever, and it's not just the voice actor, I think it's just because like this was like the first Archon we met as well. And like one of the first big major story points, you know, when we stole the like loot together, and like when we like you know rode upon Dvalin and all this stuff. It really is like you know, it's just like taking me back a little bit. I'm getting a bit emotional if I'm being honest with you guys.
Good idea. Let's split up and find some contributors, Traveler.
Because like, you know, we obviously know Kai's voice and Amber's voice and Jean's voice, but like I feel like Venti's voice is so like bright and striking, you know? What should I say to him?
Let me think. Since we're composing a song, we should try and recruit at least one person who understands music.
Barbara?
I know. Sister Grace, how would you feel about us
Yes!
asking Sister Barbara to
Oh my
provide her
God!
input?
Given that the idea is to write a song dedicated to Lord Barbados, I'm sure Sister Barbara would be very willing.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Traveler, why don't you head into the cathedral and invite Sister Barbara to join us?
That's...
I'll look for another friend who's interested in
This is
helping us.
heaven. This is heaven. We're back in Mondstadt and we're talking to everybody. We're talking to everybody.
Got it! With this melody, it'll be much more expressive.
Oh my God, Venti. And like, you know, it's so interesting. Like, you know, whenever I see Venti, as you guys know, we talked about it in the reaction we did last week to the event. Like Venti just makes me like smile so much, and it makes me so excited. And like I said, it is like, I think what it is like, it is, you know, when you hear these characters come back, and there's a similar feeling in like, you know, Leeway, and like, or when we hear Ito's voice again, or whenever I hear like anything to do with Ito on like Roma Reacts, I'm like, oh my God, I'm just back in that place. Ah! Hey Barbara, it just takes you back.
Let the wind lead. Traveler, it's been a long time since I last saw you in the cathedral.
Barbara, just the person I was looking for. Look at this sweetheart.
Fortunately, I have some time to spare at the moment. What is it?
You tell Barbara the plan to write a brand new song.
Oh, I see. What an interesting idea.
What do you think about it?
The hymns we know today have been passed down to us through the ages. Very few people would ever think to create a new one.
And I think it represents Mondstadt perfectly.
But as long as we put our hearts into it and write with reverence and devotion, perhaps our new song can become part of the tradition that is passed on and bring joy to future generations. I never imagined that the bard would come up with such an amazing suggestion. I'd really love to be a part of this.
We're having a discussion now in the plaza. Would you like to join? That's it. I think, yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Let's
she's
go
so
get
enthusiastic
together
about
right
it.
now.
Barbara, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. It really is the best to see you. Absolute sweetheart of the ages. Oh, wait, Deanna's there too? This is so good. Everyone's just gathering
You're
around.
here.
You took your sweet time.
Hey, Diona, by the way. So Kaya's helper is Diona, huh?
I've seen Kaya play Genius Invocation TCG, making up a bunch of baloney to distract his opponents. He's a trickster, plain and simple. So now, I gotta check with you guys to see if what he's saying is true.
Yeah, maybe it's all lies.
Can we really write about anything we want in this song? Even the evils of Mondstadt's wine industry? And is the choir really gonna perform it publicly? So everyone on the streets will hear it?
Let's hope D-Luke won't mind.
I can guarantee he won't.
You can guarantee it?
Then I wanna write this. All booze hounds will be punished harshly by Lord Barbados.
Oh, yeah, trying to end the alcohol industry.
That's a very novel idea indeed.
Venti felt like someone was taking his spirit away from him.
I'm used to just humming to myself while I work. So after Sister Grace criticized us for not singing in harmony, I was planning on quitting the choir.
Oh, for real?
I never thought we'd be able to just sing what we wanted. Whew, what a relief.
Plus, we get to write a song with Sister Barbara. I'm so honored.
Thank you, everyone. Why don't we start by picking a theme for this song? I agree. Traditionally speaking, the theme should be Praise be to the gentle and loving Lord Barbados.
Okay, so what's the theme?
I expect that Professor Venti might feel that topic is overdone and lacks originality, and that it may not be to Lord Barbados's liking.
That's Kaya for you. Got it in one.
I'd suggest that everyone start by thinking of the little things in life that bring you joy.
All of you! Well, you're not little. You're very big parts of my life.
Ooh, well then can I praise the perfect fish head
A perfect.
soup my mom cooked
A
last night?
perfect.
Of course you can. I think I'd like to rejoice in the precious days spent together with
Aw.
family.
You sweetheart.
Let us praise Mondstadt, the city that allows us to sing freely.
See? Already we have lots of wonderful ideas. Let's write them down. And then Kaya can...
What?
Kaya?
What's happened? Did he leave? Find Kaya?
Okay, everyone. Write your ideas down once you've got some.
Oh, he's like, look,
And then we'll
do his
open
little
it up for
lessons.
a group discussion.
I think the song should express the joy of being together with family.
Yeah, Barbara, it should, shouldn't it?
Should I write about fish head soup or Leeway grilled fish?
I love this song. Like, again, they're like a little, like, writing group. And look how small everyone is. Oh my god. It's actually interesting, like, that we have a group of characters here that I'm playing as well that are all, like, Mondstatters, you know? Apart from Kitching, I suppose.
What are you doing here? Didn't want to participate in the discussions?
Do you want to leave?
I just wanted to take you to hear a performance. But that obviously didn't happen, thanks to the problems with the choir rehearsals.
Yeah, but look what we got to do. It's so nice.
The rehearsals are now back on track, so I've done my part. If I stay here any longer, I'll probably get roped into singing with them.
Probably.
I'd rather it didn't come to that. My songwriting abilities are limited.
Here you are helping people out when you're supposed to be kicking back and relaxing. Or perhaps this was your way of
If
relaxing?
doing nothing but loitering on the plaza enjoying the scenery all day is the only way to relax, then I suppose I didn't get to relax. But that would get boring after a while. To me, it's more fun to wander around, see what's happening, and insert myself into interesting situations. Besides, can you be so sure I didn't have something to gain from helping Sister Grace with her choir rehearsal dilemma these past few days?
Oh, I spy two naughty students
I
skipping
love-
class.
I love this so
And
much.
So happened to be the very two who asked me to help Sister Grace in the first place.
So Kaya came out here and said that it's like, oh, are you so sure this wasn't my plan all along? Basically, you sure? Like again, once again, Kaya planting those seeds of doubt that he loves to do. But like, of course, Venti comes over and makes everything very lighthearted, very much instantly.
We're ready to review and discuss everyone's lyric contributions now. Hey, why is it that you look like you're trying to run away?
No, we won't run away. We won't
I
do
still
it. We
recall
won't.
the teachings of Professor Venti. The Animo Archon cares not about how moving the people's songs of praise are, but rather whether or not the song comes from the heart. With so many true believers gathered together earnestly writing a song for him, I'm sure the Animo Archon is watching on and feels very satisfied.
I love the way that Kaya converses with Venti because it's like a very like, you know, like it's Kaya's way of being very subtle, and like of course he knows that like Venti knows what he's talking about. But I don't know. It's just I love seeing all these characters interacting with
That's
each
what a
other.
song of worship is all about. So, mission accomplished.
And that's the reason you've decided to leave?
Slipping away before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
Oh my
Something about
god.
it just resonates with me.
Yeah, I bet it does. You're just embarrassed to sing?
Oh no. You've seen right through
But you're a
me.
great actor.
Wow, that was a craftily crafted speech. I almost fell for it.
You're not
But
gonna,
to
you
share
know.
all this with a group of friends, only to find myself one friend short before the final verse is sung, before the poet has uttered the last line, before everything has concluded. I don't know. Something
He
about
just
it
mimicked-
just irritates me.
He just mimicked exactly what he said, but like obviously twisted it a bit to make it sound like, you know, it's a bad thing.
If you don't want to write a poem, then let me gift you one. Abandoned to whatever fortune the cruel waters bring, bereft of control, directionless I swing.
What?
The swift currents surge, and onward I urge, through the snow and frost that fall and winter bring.
Wait.
Majestic waves cresting, surf roaring its tail, none but the ocean to hear as I sing. The stars in my eyes as I chart toward the
The
horizon,
stars.
that into one day from the endless dome of night I shall spring. If you are a chaser of freedom, the animal Archon will bless you. So why not let those feelings out?
Am I
and
wrong
sing
in
with
saying that
everyone?
some of those lyrics were very directed towards Kaya? Like very directed towards who he
A boat
is.
that has come unmoored will not get lost in the night, but sail towards the dawn. A beautiful image.
Like the idea of like the directionless feeling of like what am I to do? What can I do? The idea of like, you know, eventually being able to come out in the spring from the winter.
Of course, you don't have to believe in it, but the winds of Mondstadt will guide every lost ship back to safe harbor.
This is what I mean. Like this sweet Mondstadt has such a sweet sentiment about it. But again, I wonder if this is relating it to the idea of like don't worry about it, right? Like eventually you'll make your way back.
Well, after a fine poem like that, it would be plain rude of me not to
Go on,
rejoin you.
Venti. Well done.
Let's head back together. You two of all people have to be there for the grand finale.
Wait, that's it? Oh, we're holding his hand as well, dragging him back with Venti in the background. Wait, no, I want to be with Venti a lot longer. If you're a chaser of freedom, why not sing with everyone? I want to be with them longer. Please say that there are other options also give us Venti as well. Because Venti's so fun. Again, it's like you're never going to outperform a performer. That's the way I looked at that. The way I looked at that was you're never going to outperform a performer when it comes to this type of stuff. Oh, there's another option here. That was that option. Wait, so I can only see, maybe there's another option that splinters off from here, maybe? Again, you're not going to outperform a performer. And in that sense, what happened there was he tried his damned hardest to outperform, you know, Venti and kind of like play him a little bit. And Venti was like, okay, well, let me take exactly what you said. I'll read it like a poet would. And I'll make you see how like you're not actually like, you know, going to leave here. But I do think that the poem that he read was a very much like, here, look, whatever you decide to do in the end, just know that like Mondstadt will always call you back home. I think it's actually such like a beautiful sentiment as well. Such a beautiful hangout session. Really beautiful. But before I say anything about that, if anyone has any arguments about Klee being a Mondstadter, I know she's from Sumeru, but she will always be someone who found her first happiness in Mondstadt. Mondstadt will always call you home. Let's believe it forever. Let's believe it forever and ever. I don't even care. We're gonna believe it to the end of time. That was so amazing. So I'm guessing this time we go around giving people the
Mondstadt.
souvenirs. Is that it? Souvenir giving, and so you have some company.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, souvenir run it is.
Oh
They're
my
mostly
god, who
people
are we
you
gonna meet
know,
now?
So it'll be a chance for you to say hi to some people you haven't seen in a while.
Who are we gonna meet now?
Let's start by going to the Knights of Favonius headquarters.
No!
Jean and Lisa will definitely
No!
be there, and with any luck, we might run into a few others too.
This is the best. This is the absolute best. I am so excited. So excited to meet these characters. Are you serious? Are you serious? It's right up here as well. Well, actually, we never got that waypoint. And we never will. Maybe we will. Last episode ever of Genshin. Oh my god, Jean and Lisa. We got to meet Venti, Jean, Lisa, Diana. We got to meet freaking Barbara as well. Like, this is a day and a half. This is one of the best hangouts ever. This is hangout a mania. This is what everyone has wanted. This is the calling. It's so special. It's so special to me. Let's go talk to this crew. Oh my d- Hello! It's me! I'm back! Hello!
Hey, you too busy?
I'm back, Mondstadt!
You must have had a tough journey, Kaya. Oh, it's been a while, cutie.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Yes, welcome back, Kaya. Why is the honorary knight accompanying
Jean, it's so
you?
good to see you. You explain your encounter with Kaya and Samira, Jean, and Lisa.
I understand.
Oh my
Back
god.
to matters at hand, Kaya. I have already received your report. You did well this time, thank
It
you.
feels like I am at the start of the game again.
A few days ago, we received a letter from the representative of the Wine Merchants Association in Sumeru. It was thanks to your on-the-spot decisions that further losses, due to continued delays, were avoided.
He's good at his
Just
job.
doing my duty. Anything to reduce the acting grandmaster's workload. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have some unused travel funds. I'll return the surplus now.
He's so good. He's so good.
Given the suddenness of the situation and the difficulty in resolving it, I authorized a greater than normal disbursement in case of
Look who
unforeseen
we're seeing.
circumstances.
Look at this. We're looking at Jean right now.
But I didn't think there would be this much left over. Thank you, Kaya.
He's such an honest soul.
Just doing the right
He wasn't
thing.
even going to spend it.
But I'm not actually here for a post-trip debrief. I brought some souvenirs back for everyone.
What did you get for them?
Souvenirs from Sumeru?
Oh, Lisa. Whoa.
Here, the letter opener is for Jean.
That's so
The
pretty.
jeweled brooch is for Lisa. And the items in the box are for everyone else.
That is so, so pretty.
The artistry of this is exquisite. Look at the ornamentation on the sheath. This must be one of those crafts unique to Sumeru. It's my first time seeing one in person. Thank you, Kaya.
So they're really thoughtful gifts.
I love the color of the gem in this brooch. And the setting is so elegant. You have excellent taste, Kaya. This can't have come cheap.
He spent so much money of his own money. It was horrible, like how much money he spent.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't spend too much.
Might I intrude a moment?
Wait. Oh my god, that sounds somewhat like a
Albedo,
synthetic
is that
human,
you?
yes.
Come in.
I finished the latest quarterly
What are they doing
expenses
with this
report for the
hangout?
workshop. It's ready for your review. Traveler, greetings. And Kaya, welcome back from Sumeru. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hello, Albedo. It's so good to see
You
you.
two look like you're in good spirits.
As a matter of fact, the honorary knight and I traveled back from Sumeru together. Ah, yes, and I brought some souvenirs for you and
Oh,
Klee.
please say we see
They
Klee.
form a set. Hold on, let me dig them out.
Please say we see
You're too
Klee.
kind. Klee has been constantly inquiring as to the timing of your return lately.
Aw.
Since you weren't around, she thought you had also been grounded, and that it would be a long time before you could come out.
I'm magically going, has Mr. Kaya been grounded?
Children always have the most peculiar way of looking at things.
Oh my god. I keep saying, but it really just feels like I'm like it's like this nostalgia trip of being like right at the start of our journey in the best way possible again.
Also been grounded?
This is our family.
Sounds like things haven't been too dull for you all in my absence.
It's Klee's third time.
What did
this
she do?
month.
What did she do?
Evidently, you're not the least bit surprised.
Honestly, she can do what she wants.
No. On the contrary, what would be a surprise is if Klee ever managed to stay out of trouble for a substantial length of time.
The way they're talking about it, right? The way they're out conversing about it, it just makes you feel so warm because like it's like they're all so like not close together, but they all know each other so well and they know Klee so well, and all this like makes perfect sense to hear about.
Anyway, since my souvenir is part of a set with Klee's, there's no rush to give it to
A
me.
souvenir for Albedo.
When Klee's next Well, released.
Released.
I'll bring her to see you sometime. We'll collect our souvenirs together.
This is heaven.
Sure, makes sense. Leave the surprise for the person who'll enjoy it the most.
I'll leave these documents here. I'll take my leave now, everyone.
Kaya, I've approved your vacation request. Use this time to relax and unwind. Don't worry about the report and other work. I'll take care of it.
Thanks so much, Jean. That's so nice of you.
You too, Honorary Knight. There isn't any work the Knights of Favonius require your assistance with at this time,
Jean,
so please take it easy.
Jean, give me anything, right? Let me take any work you have, okay? I'll do anything you want.
Thank you. Then we'll be going
This
now.
was so special, just coming back to Mondstadt, our home, and seeing just these characters who
Enjoy
meant the
your
world to me.
vacation. But don't forget to return the Fox and the Dandelion Sea series before it's due.
How many games can do that where they have an ongoing game and on their first try through, the first region they have a bunch of characters that still resonate so much with all of us?
Don't worry, I'm nearly done
So
with
incredible.
those. I'll be able to return them in a few days.
Hi,
Kaya
Lisa.
is just as thoughtful as always.
Thoughtful. You know, like he is a good person. Lisa, you are amazing. Your outfit is amazing. It's so good to see you. It feels weird. Actually, can I change for like, I want to change to, it feels weird that they're not like, you know, like there's something in me that I'm like, I'm Klee, you know?
Though there's always something to do. With everyone lending a hand, I always feel at ease.
That's good. Especially after what happened with your story quest. I'm glad everyone is helping out a bit. Head to the entrance to the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Here? Are we gonna get to see Klee? Is this even an option? Maybe not.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left.
Oh my god, he's teaching her how to escape prison. He is the cool uncle. He is the cool uncle. This is just the norm for you?
Kids will always have their moments of mischief.
Heck yeah.
But to be able to grow up without a worry or care in the world is something truly precious.
Yeah.
Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favonius are with Jean, next up is...
We might not get to see Klee.
Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery
No.
under the pretext
No.
of delivering souvenirs
No.
and try to score some free wine? It's been a long time since I last saw everyone there. Plus, it'll be the perfect time to treat you to some of their newest brews.
Don't.
D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow, so perhaps it'll be easier
Wait, we're not
going
gonna
to
see
get free
Luke.
wine
Oh, I
then.
nearly had a heart attack.
What do you think? When should we go?
Tomorrow? Wait, okay, let me read this carefully so I don't mess this up. How is our winery? Luke should be there tomorrow.
That works. Then I guess we'll see D-Luke. Let's meet at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery tomorrow.
Yes. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Wait till the next day. I will.
You made it. Come on, let's go inside. Brace yourself for some sour grapes.
Sour grapes? I'm overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed. I hope that I described that well, you know?
If you're not feeling well, then let me go this time. I'm fine.
He cares about his
It's not
workers so much.
serious.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
What are you doing here today? And I see you've brought a +1.
Greetings, D-Luke. I just want to stop for a second and say why this is so special to me, because like when we saw Hu Tao in the events and like in the Baiju quest, and then we saw other characters, like it's always good to see old friends. And I really feel like with Mondstadt, it feels like it's always like a distant place, and seeing stuff like Luke now is such an exciting thing too. And I really feel like it's almost like a novelty at this stage to come back, because this is the place where like they helped us the first time. These are the people that helped us first. You know what I mean? And I always feel that. And it is like the most distant place. Whenever we're in like Sumeru or Inazuma, it always feels like Mondstadt is the furthest away from everywhere else, you know? At least on our journey so far. Mondstadt is always like the furthest place. You saw it whenever the quest activated. So whenever you get to come back here, it's always like this like almost impossible feeling. It feels like, you know, I've trekked a long time and like I've come back after a few years to like my home. And I bet like for me, after, and you guys can like attest to this maybe, when we get through Fontaine and we get through even Fontaine and Natlan even, we're probably going to feel that way about the Inazuma characters. Because when I was going through Inazuma and I did Yoon Jun and Ningguan stuff, I felt like I was coming back to like old, like, you know, pals again, and I was so excited. And I wonder if like, I guarantee it's going to feel the same way when we ever come back and hang out with like Sino and, you know, Klee and all this, and we're going to be like, oh my god, here, they're all back, you know? And it's that amazing feeling this game gives.
Oh, it's nothing
It's incredible.
particularly pressing. It's just that we recently returned from Sumeru, and given how long it's been since we last visited the winery, we thought we'd drop by
You
and
know
say
you're going to
hello.
annoy him a bit. You know you're trying
Is
to.
that it? Make yourselves comfortable,
Look
then.
at this man. Look at this man.
Oh, do you really mean that? Because my definition of comfortable happens to involve prodigious amounts of your finest wines. Speaking of which, I'm curious where you store the wine these days. Is it the same place as it always used to be?
Because he was looking for free wine.
Sounds like you're in a hurry to reach your goal. Been plotting this raid for a long time.
A raid of wine.
Plotting a raid? Why, you misunderstand me. The truth is, a rumor happened to reach my ears recently.
Oh, a rumor.
My informants tell me that last month, the Dawn Winery spent a large sum of mora on 2 bottles of limited edition Northland Valberry liquor.
Oh, wow.
However,
That sounds
it turns
fancy.
out that they were likely just cheap knockoffs masquerading as the real thing. Of course, a teetotaler like yourself would struggle to tell the difference. So why not get a
Kaya.
connoisseur to help you appraise the
What are you
quality?
doing? Well, we know what he's trying to do. He's always getting on his nerves.
Oh, wait. But the sterling reputation of Dawn Winery is at stake. Why, if you really purchased bootleg liquor, that would be scandalous.
Oh my god.
Better to have unknown and insignificant alcohol aficionados do the taste test for you
Aficionados, both of
to
us?
prevent word getting out.
He did this all through in multiple parts of the manga as well.
Quite the story. You used that one last year.
Did he actually?
Got anything else?
It's already a story he's used.
What? Really? I totally forgot. In that case, how about the principle of reciprocity?
This is how close, like, this is how, like, close they were, and this is how, like, much, like, you know, Kai has no problem just annoying D-Luke in the sense that he's just like, yo, like, oh, that one didn't work? How about this one? You know, like, just openly.
Here, this is for you. I bought it for you in Sumeru, and it cost a veritable mountain
You
of
got him a
mora.
gift? What is that? Is that a light?
Thanks. Put it on the table.
Put it over there.
That's it? No comment whatsoever?
Their interactions are perfect.
You want a comment? Okay, then. This thing is very in line with your unique aesthetic tastes. Much like that vase.
The vase?
over there.
The vase?
Elzer, fetch a bottle of this year's newest batch from the warehouse, or else someone will keep blathering on with endless excuses.
I effing love them. I effing love these two so freaking much. They're such a sad story and they bring so much joy to my life.
One moment, Master Kaya. I shall fetch it immediately.
You're coughing?
What's wrong, Elzer? Are you okay?
My throat is a bit raspy is all. It got better after I began taking medicine, but recently it flared up again. Other than a bit of difficulty breathing now and then, it's nothing to be concerned about.
It doesn't sound great.
Many illnesses are caused by overwork. If you don't get enough rest, medicine alone won't solve the problem. Surely you should have long since handed over the work of the winery to D-Luke by now. You can't keep being D-Luke's butler. He's becoming a louse.
I love the two of them so much.
Actually, most of the time he...
Take some time off, Elzer.
Of course he looks nice to
Don't
all
put
his,
it off
like,
any longer. I'll handle the guild matters.
because when D-Luke wasn't around, Kyle, as you talked about, D-Luke ran out with his sword to protect all the ladies of the Dawn Winery,
It's
you know?
important to take care of your health. You have to take it seriously. And, cavalry captain, You would do well to remember that brevity is the soul of wit.
Master Diluc, Master Kaya, thank you both.
This poor man.
Then I'll take my leave and rest for a few days.
Enjoy your vacation. Though, before you officially clock out, let me head out the door with you. We can grab a few bottles on the way.
Kaya.
There's nothing quite like enjoying a quality wine while feeling the gentle breeze against your face.
Yeah, wanna come, Luke?
Normally I'd accompany you, but unfortunately I still have some pressing matters to take care
Oh my
of.
god.
My apologies and regards to both of you.
These two brothers.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
Every back and forth just reminds you of like their relationship, and it's killing me in the best way. So Usher elves are out. Oh, Luke, it's so good to see you.
Where's Kaya? Gone
Kaya's-
already?
He's still here. What are you working on?
Right now, just the usual day-to-day winery business. But I'll be attending a meeting in Elzer's place shortly. The meeting concerns research and development of new beverages, and involves collaboration between several different wineries. It makes more sense for me to attend anyway. Kaya can answer any questions you might have while I'm not here. He's quite familiar with the winery.
Yeah. No, this is like so special to me because it is this whole hangout session really feels like a best of episode almost in the best way possible, like a really meaningful best of episode of like Mondstadt,
I
you know?
asked Connor
Now
to
obviously it doesn't
select
have
a
everyone.
bottle
We'd
of our
like to have
best.
even more, but like, you know, they
He'll bring
can't
it by
just
shortly.
have everybody.
You asked Connor?
He hasn't seen you in a while. He's just happy to be able to do this for you.
Considerate as ever. Ah, Elzer, I also brought you a gift. Here, this belt buckle's for
Kai's
you.
thinking of everybody.
Such artistry. Thank you very much indeed. I'll put it on as soon as I get home.
He's thought of everybody.
Glad you like it. Go on, enjoy your time off. And don't forget to see a doctor.
That's our man. That's our collective man.
Very well, Master Kaya. I'll be taking my leave now.
Elzer is a good guy, and he's very responsible. But with 1,000 different things to worry about each day, that same sense of responsibility wears him down.
Right.
Master Kaya, your wine and an apple
Oh, this
cider for
Connor!
your friend, all freshly fermented this year.
Oh,
Please, have a taste.
I remember this guy. I remember this guy
Traveler,
so well.
This one's for you.
Like like he just instantly popped back into my brain.
Oh, very clear. And a full-bodied aroma. That's rather nice.
Isn't it? This one's a little on the sweeter side, but I can go grab a dry one if you'd prefer.
No need. Sweet is just fine. Let's drink one together.
Don't mind if I do. I haven't caught up with you like this in a long time. We used to always pour the first glass for you when cracking open a new barrel. With you gone these past few years, I've had to drink it for you.
Well, since it wasn't me harvesting the grapes, de-stemming, or crushing them, it's much more fitting that you should take the first taste.
But I mean, crushing them. We know what crushing them is, right? But we know what
It's
de-stemming
an
is, I
important
suppose.
step in the winemaking process. After harvesting the grapes, the stems have to be removed prior to fermentation, or they'll affect the quality.
Okay.
If you'd like, Traveler, you can help us harvest some grapes. Winemaking can be quite a lot of fun.
I bet.
It isn't nearly as exciting as he makes it sound. Your back will be in so much pain after picking grapes that you won't be able to stand up straight.
Master Kaya is right. Harvesting grapes is a back-breaking labor. But seeing the grapes turn into grape juice, then ferment into wine, is a fascinating experience. And every person at the winery should have a chance to share in it.
Wait, so Diluc actually helps you with the winemaking?
Oh, goodness no. Master Diluc is far too busy, not just during the day, but even at night.
That's the Batman duties as well.
Oh? And just what is Diluc always so busy with?
Well, you know, come nightfall, he's always out there, networking.
That's one way to put it.
and so on. Master Kaya, you may be surprised to learn just what lengths Master Diluc is willing to go to for the sake of the business.
No, he is a hard worker. He is a very hard worker. We know that, like, again, I keep referencing the manga because that's just like, one of the places that Diluc is so prominent in it as well. But he is very, he works incredibly hard.
Connor, you're an awful liar. I hate to see you struggle.
Oh, so Master Kaya, how do you like your drink? I remember you weren't very interested in wine when you were young.
There it is, almost exposed to Dark Knight Hero.
That was because the adults said children weren't allowed even a drop. Don't you remember how much trouble Diluc got in that time he snuck a drink?
He was sneaking drinks. I adore the fact that this is being so nostalgic, and I know it's only been nearly 11 months we've been playing this game, but like it's so nostalgic to me, like talking about this stuff again. I remember like the Batman episode of the series.
Ah, yes, of course. Adelinde even covered for the two of you.
But on a serious note, having grown up at a winery, I spent my childhood watching Tunner plant the grape seeds, waiting for them to ripen on the vine, harvesting them together and waiting for the alcohol to ferment. Even though I couldn't help with making distilled spirits, watching everyone work was fascinating.
Right.
How could anyone not love to drink with a childhood like that? So, let us raise a glass to wine itself, and in thanks to the gracious hospitality the winery has shown us today.
Though my drink is non-alcoholic, to our generous host.
Here, here, to Dawn Winery.
Speaking of wine, Connor, I have a gift for you. It's a decanter set from Sumeru.
Oh, nice.
I get a present too? Thank you, Master Kaya. Time really does fly. I still remember the days when everyone was giving you gifts at your birthday parties when you were young. Now I have wrinkles and Tunner's bent double, while Master Kaya is the cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius.
How is Tunner holding up?
He's still tough, but getting on in years, so some things just aren't as easy as they were. But he's used to doing things his way and doesn't trust new employees to do it for him.
Okay.
A lot of the temporary workers I hired quit because they couldn't handle how picky he was. Master Kaya, if you have time, why not go talk to him about it? You're probably the only person he'll listen to besides Master Diluc.
I definitely owe him a visit. I haven't seen him in some time, and I do have fond memories of the days when he was teaching me to pick grapes.
So we're going to chat with Tunner. Yeah, no, this is, again, even the way Kaya talks about Diluc, there is like a lot of love there as well. It's like a, I guess like a common, like even like, oh, he's talking about his past, like they remember a lot of stuff from their childhood. Even though like their childhood was sad as heck, right? You can still tell that they are like, they do have like a care for each other deep down.
Busy day today, Tunner?
Oh, Master Kaya, you're back. No, I'm not at all busy. I just spend my hours watching the grapes growing on the vine. They're growing wonderfully this year. A few rows are almost ripe. We've already begun harvesting them these past few days, so that'll keep me occupied. Sit. After we're done picking, I'll bring a few bunches over for you to try.
No need. We were just drinking with Connor, and our stomachs are so full of wine that we couldn't eat a bite.
For some reason, the way he says
What
it.
about your friend? Doesn't he want to try?
I'm not hungry, thank you.
Allow me to introduce the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius.
Thank you, Kaya.
Ah, the honorary knight in the flesh. There are so many talented people in the Knights of Favonius. You all have bright futures ahead of you.
Harvesting grapes is hard work. Let me help you. Do you still remember how I used to help out when we were short-handed?
I believe I do. In that case, I'm counting on you.
I will help too.
What's this? Everyone's clamoring to do manual labor? Well, suits me. More help is always appreciated.
But we know that Kaya is a great soul. We know he's a fantastic person, but this is just again showing that like, like he doesn't forget about his roots, and the idea of like he doesn't forget that this is like Mondstadt, this region of Mondstadt is like a home to him, You know what I mean? I feel like that's what they're trying to show us here as well.
Lad. I'll tell you which grapes are ripe enough, and you can pick them.
Oh, we're literally gonna be picking them? This is so sweet. This is such a sweet moment. Again, it's like taking Kaya back to his roots as well.
You have nimble hands, lad. Master Kaya wasn't nearly so careful when he was young.
Oh, for real?
He mangled so many his first time. What a waste.
Yeah, this is for sure trying to show us about, like,
Fortunately, the young master
his childhood.
has a good head on his shoulders. Didn't take long for him to get up to speed. And now he's turned into such an outstanding young man.
He is.
Polite and kind.
Extremely
if I
so.
had a son as exceptional as Kaya, oh, I would be the happiest man in Mondstadt.
Pick some more grapes. It's just like, again, like, we love like a good menial task, especially
There's
that
a
takes us
few
back to
more
something that
rows
like was
of
from
grapes
some
up
of his
ahead.
childhood. It's amazing.
Let's finish picking them together. Careful not to damage the grapes when you pinch the stem.
And this guy's experience as well. Because obviously a lot of this quest has been about, like, you know, and a lot of Kai's story has been about, like, his past and his childhood and his story and where he came from. And, like, even the idea of fate as well. And, like, you know, Venti saying, like, you know, no matter what, Mondstadt will always bring you home is so truthful.
These grapes look excellent. You're a fast
You know?
learner.
And it's so applicable to all the stuff that's happening here.
I'll take them. Good job. Master Kaya left the winery and
Like,
moved
this is
to
so sweet to me.
Mondstadt. Just like my own son, Guy. He left home to join the Knights of Favonius, too. I don't know him like Miss Adelinde or Master Diluc do, but I know that no matter how old your child gets, they always need a home they can come back to.
Like, this is incredible. This is one of the most, like, there's a reason why they're focusing so much on this idea as well. And, like, the idea of, like, what Mona said, the choice that she would that we'd have to make. And the idea of what is his true home and what does he see as his home. And, like, they're showing, like, how much this place genuinely cares about, how much he still cares about this place, how much he cares about the people in Mondstadt when he's giving them gifts. Like, this whole quest has been that. This whole part of this quest has been that.
And without family by your side, you at least need the companionship of friends.
All the souvenirs he gave to the rest of the crew.
I've been working here for decades and watched him grow up with my own two eyes. Sometimes I get the sense that there is something bothering
I mean, if
him.
you see that, then
Something deep-rooted.
like, you obviously know him incredibly well.
But he guards his secrets closely. Or perhaps he just doesn't want to involve us. After all, I doubt that we could help him.
Yeah. Well, see, it's one of those situations that, like, he's dealing with it internally. Kaya is dealing with it internally. And he doesn't want to get, you know, saying it out loud is stuff that, like, is incredibly dangerous. You know, even when we saw Dainsleif, you know, mention it to him, like, who he was related to, the first thing he did was, like, find a reason to leave. Which, you know, Kaya will stay around to, like, have an argument or to have, like, a little secretive spat whenever possible. But he left at that time, which is always, like, such an interesting thing to compare it to. I really feel like there is, like, a, you know, we know what's troubling him. We know what's troubling Kaya. He is related to the not only just like his father who left him in Mondstadt. He doesn't quite know why he was left in Mondstadt, and he's wondering at some point, maybe it is I do have to make a choice. And what they're hammering home in this is that he has a home here. He has people that cares about him, and he cares about them too.
I can see that you have a good relationship with Master Kaya. Please look after him.
Oh,
He's very dear to us.
for someone to ask us to take care of Kaya, that is such a special thing. I'll take good care of him.
Hearing that puts my mind at ease. You're a good child. Thank you.
No, Kaya is so important to me. But yeah, like, it's something that he's dealing with by himself. But, like, I think what makes it easier, or maybe in a way it makes it harder as well, is showing how much he cares about people and how much we care about him.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Knowing that he has a friend like you, we here at the winery can be happy for him.
Oh, They just want him to, again, everyone at the winery just wants to have it. Because, of course, the people at the winery obviously have like especially the older ones, are going to have like a affinity towards Kaya as well.
You're looking very happy, Tunner. Was the traveler telling you some jokes?
A few, yeah. I love this man.
No jokes. I've received a letter from my son, Guy. He's really going places. I'm so delighted. Master Kaya, honorary knight. My eyesight is fading in my old age. Could you read it out for me?
Of course.
Yeah, look how much he cares about these people here.
Thank you both.
Oh my god, that's the end again. Every one of these missions, I'm like, I want more of this. Like, I really want more of this. And we're like, I don't know, man. I'm like, because this is like a scary mission, and it's a sad mission, and it's a really impending mission. It feels like almost like an impending doom sometimes, where it really feels like we are, like, there's so many choices, by the way. So this is the other one here. So this is the last one, which I guess is like choosing the next day. But like, what each of these have taught me, this one here was a big one. This was the idea of like him talking directly to us about like his choice that he's gonna have to make and what he believes about defying fate. The one down here is him showing that he can be a swindler. He can be someone that like could do all this stuff, could do all this bad stuff, and could be tricking us, right? But instead he chooses not to. He's a good person. We have here this poem one here shows not only that he is like dedicated to the Mondstadt and the idea of Mondstadt's freedom, but also that he has like a care for people, and they have a care for him, and they trust him. They really trust his judgment. And the idea of Venti saying you can always come back home as well is such a big deal as well. And then on this one that we did, the second last one, the fragrance of wine and the winery work, this was also just like another story of like, well, you know, these are the people that cared about. This is where he grew up. This is the person he grew up with. Kai, even though he's like a very, very funny when he does stuff, he's also like incredibly, he has a lot of people that incredibly care about him, and they're always waiting for him to come home. No matter what he does, they're always waiting for him to come home. And that to me is such a special way of showing it, that he is willing to do this work for people, that he's willing to do all that work for people. He's just a good dude. And I trust him. I do trust him maybe more than a lot of people do, but I do trust Kaya. But I also think that this is showing how hard of a decision that this could be if he is the person that does have to make this decision in the end, or he feels like, what side should I be on? And like, I really feel like Venti's saying, like, no matter what happens, Mondstadt is always your home. So please don't forget about that. I think that's such a special way of putting it. Such a special way of putting it. Means the absolute world to me is the way I'll put it. Means the absolute world to me. You guys see that? Now, there's actually a viewpoint here I haven't seen before. Now we're going to have to make the decision very soon. That is going to be different from the last one. And the decision we make this time has to be to go to the Dawn Winery, I guess, the day before or the day after tomorrow, so we don't see Diluc, even though the scene the Diluc was really fun. I think like what happened with the Diluc stuff, and again, like, you know, my interpretation is always just my interpretation. You guys can give me your interpretation, and I'm always very, very happy to see that. My interpretation of why they showed us the Diluc thing for sure is to show us that like, and that whole chapter was to show us that how many people Kaya has that love him, and how many people that he loves as well. That's what that whole story was to me. I think that this is, to me, like all of the hangouts, you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, especially in the later games, add a lot to, like, you know, the character, and I would say even like in the early stages as well, like, you know, Benny and Barbara, like, you learn a lot about them. But this one in particular is very, very interesting because it adds a lot to, like, because adding a lot to Kaya in this, straight after we learned about Kaya in the last one, basically not only adds stuff to his lore, but the lore of the entire game. Because he is going to be integral.
I'm surprised Klee still
towards the end
hasn't
of this game.
escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left. Kids
And about
will
Klee as well.
always have...
Yeah, it's sad we didn't get to see Klee, but like, what can you do? So the day after tomorrow we'll go?
Great. Then it's settled. Let's meet the day after tomorrow at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery.
Perfect. So we're not going to see... Excuse me, guys. It's so rude for me to cough like that. Sometimes I just miss it. If I miss the cough, I apologize. Bad at shaking this cough. Bad at shaking this cough. We're just gonna have to get it checked out. If it goes any further, we're just gonna have to check it out. That's what's gonna have to happen. The doctor's like, it's so good you came here. It's so good you came here and got checked out. Like, I'm so glad you got checked out because, you know, like, I'm guessing the reason you came here is because you were worried about the cough. No, I was interrupting my my playthrough of Genshin. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, Doctor?
To those who yesterday said I'll do it tomorrow.
It was interrupting your playthrough. It was interrupting my playthrough of Genshin. What can I say? Is the really bad like accent you're doing? Is that part of the illness as well? Who knows, Doctor? Who knows? I don't got no problem with you. You got no problem with me. That's the way things go. Okay, Doctor? Okay, Doctor? Are we okay, Doctor? Alright, so I have one question for you. What is Genshin Impact? Oh, let me tell you, Doctor. Let me tell you. And it zooms up, like it pans up as the sunlight is coming in, and I have my arms around him. Let me show you the world of Teyvat. And then that's how we have Doctor Plays Genshin Impact, a very popular YouTube series. So in this scene, when the Raiden Shogun slaps the absolute shit out of us, I would put a plaster on it if I'm being honest.
You're more punctual than I expected.
And you're even more beautiful than I expected.
Let's head inside.
Thank you. You're gorgeous. What a gorgeous being. So Diluc not being here obviously is going to have a very different dynamic. But this time we're talking straight to Elzer, who hasn't taken his break. Do you want to take your break?
Master Kaya? And the Traveler? Welcome. Please, come in.
He's so excited.
I'll get you both something to drink.
Long time no see, Elzer.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? So what brings you back to the winery this...
There's the cough again, but now we're going to have...
Is there anything I can do for you?
No
by
need to be
ourselves.
so formal. I just returned from Sumeru and dropped by to see you all.
Ah, what a pity. Master Diluc went out to handle business last night and hasn't returned yet.
In this timeline, we knew.
Never mind. The main thing is that you and Adelinde are here. Oh, speaking of Adelinde, where is she?
She's taking some time off. She was busy cleaning yesterday and finally has a bit of time to herself.
Perfect. I brought some gifts for you both. Here, this belt buckle is for you.
My goodness, it's exquisite. Thank you, Master Kaya.
He's coughing like me.
I'll treasure it. Would you like anything to drink? We recently finished making a new batch of dandelion wine.
Well, what perfect timing. I was just wondering how this year's batch was coming along.
Let me fetch a barrel and have someone deliver it to the Knights of Favonius headquarters for you.
Oh, I won't be needing an entire barrel. A couple of bottles will be more than sufficient. Else Diluc might say I came here to beg.
Well, that's exactly what Diluc would say in the opposite timeline.
Oh, Master Diluc might grumble, but he doesn't mean it. Anyway, let me fix you both a drink.
Thank you so much.
Much obliged. Then I'll have a glass of dandelion wine and a glass of cider lake for him, if you please.
Cider Lake.
The name is not that literal. It is a drink with virtually no alcoholic content, as Master Kai will be aware. I'll prepare them now. Please, wait a moment.
Of course, my drink is alcohol. Well, here's the thing. I don't drink at all. Like, I quit drinking altogether. Like, so, you know. Yes, I'm an Irishman who doesn't drink. It's crazy.
Strictly speaking, that's not entirely true. Cider Lake does have a tiny amount of alcohol in it.
Please, enjoy.
Try the Cider Lake. That Elzer mix. Probably tastes delicious. Quite sweet and very tasty.
Pleased you liked it. Looks like my bartending skills haven't faded with age.
How have you been recently? Is the winery's business doing well?
To tell you the truth, we've had our work cut out for us recently trying to fulfill some major orders. Things have only just started to quiet down over the last couple of days.
So, you've had no time off lately?
Master Diluc was concerned about the same thing. But with him being out on business for a few days, who would take care of business and the guests if I were to take time off?
Music is always
Maybe
fantastic
some
here, by
other
the way.
time.
At least take half a day to see a doctor and make sure you're okay.
Yes,
If your
100%.
condition worsens, D-Luke will never forgive himself.
You make a fair point.
If you're worried about having someone to handle the winery, why not leave it to me? I'm familiar enough with your responsibilities to cover for you for a
Oh
while.
my god.
Master Kaya, Please, come back to the winery more often. We all miss you very much.
That's so sweet to hear as well, right? Because obviously when they're with D-Luke, right, they have to act like a proper... I know D-Luke is great to them, but they, of course, like, they understand the tension between them, and they don't want to, like, make it a whole thing of, like, oh, please come back another time, when they're in front of D-Luke. And they do that for D-Luke. But again, it shows how much people care about Kaya here in Mondstadt.
All right. No need for that kind of talk. Come on. I'll see you out.
Such a sweet interaction between the two of them. It's almost very similar, right? Apart from D-Luke not being here, but... Oh, no, they didn't just show this... Because I guess
While I'm
last time he would have been
resting,
going to the
I shall leave
doctor.
Dawn Winery in your hands.
Oh, well, he's still resting, yes.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Rest easy. And go see the doctor.
So we're actually going to, like, work at the Dawn Winery.
Such great weather today. A calm breeze and delicious wine. This is quite the treat. Though, it's a pity this batch seems a bit bland. How about I go to the wine locker and fetch one from the reserve collection?
Whoa.
I remember it's on the second floor.
Honestly, we've been through so much in this whole, like, hangout. Just steal it.
Of
At this
course
stage.
it's
But then again, you
fine.
don't poor D-Luke.
I promised Elzer I'd help. I said nothing about leaving the wine alone.
I love how he, like, twists his own words,
Sorry, I'm a little
Oh,
late to the
Adelinde.
welcome party, but I believe I just heard the words wine locker and reserve collection. Planning on pilfering a bottle of reserve, Master Kaya?
And they still call him Master
the reserve
Kaya.
collection is reserved for a reason, You should at least run it past Master D-Luke first.
Oh, Adelinde, surely you misheard. We were simply taking a walk around the house.
I love that. This is what I love about Kaya so much. Like, one of the aspects I love about Kaya so much. Someone could hear him clearly as anything. You could hear him say, wow, I love apples. And they go, oh, you love apples, Kaya? And he'll be like, oh, you must have misheard me. I said that I love pears.
I see. Anyway, what brings you and the traveler to the winery today?
We're taking care of business today.
We just returned from Sumeru. It's been a while, so I thought we might drop by and say hello. And perhaps enjoy a complimentary drink while we're here. Surely you wouldn't object, Adelinde.
How could I object? We're simply happy that you've come back to see us.
Again, I'm happy that he's come back.
Oh, Adelinde, I also brought some gifts for you all. This bottle of essential oil is for you. If you rub it on your hands when it gets cold,
Oh my god.
your skin won't
This
crack.
is actually so useful. My skin has never done that, but like I know people who have had like cracking skin during the cold. Again, like when you grow up in like a very cold country, you're gonna have that. And like those like essential oil stuff like are crazy good.
Oh my. I can't believe you remembered something like that.
Oh my god, they're showing a little detail he remembers about someone as well.
Of course I remember. You always took such good care of me when I fell sick as a child. In comparison, this is nothing.
Here's the thing, I was gonna say, like, oh, well, like, is she not, like, super, like, as a child, would she not be, like, a lot older? But then it's, like, she could just be, like, 40, which is not even nearly old. You know what I mean? Like, it's, like, still a young person.
You're all grown up now, and you don't get sick nearly as easily. You don't need me to look after you anymore.
This is so sweet to me.
True, I don't get sick as much. But speaking of being looked after, when I was in Sumeru, I did find myself and my stomach missing your cooking so terribly.
Oh, are you hungry? Would you like to eat something? You too, traveler. Please tell me if there's anything you'd like to eat.
That's so sweet of you. You're actually just a very sweet person. I thank you so
Well,
much.
Now that you mention it, I do actually feel a bit peckish.
Steak?
Oh, yes. A nice steak would really
I'm not a
hit
fan
the
of steak
spot.
that much. I'll eat it. I'll eat it, but like I'm not a big fan.
Fragrant cedarwood grilled, medium, stewed vegetables on the side.
Okay, maybe I'm a fan of steak.
Yes, just like you always used to make. Thank you kindly, Adelinde.
My pleasure. Traveler, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with your preferences. Would you like to come with me and select a few dishes?
Oh, heck yeah. Again, it's this desire from Adelinde to take care of Kaya as well, right? Because again, they remember Kaya from their childhood, like, you know what I mean? This is what it is. It's like it's from his childhood.
The taste of home. Truly irreplaceable.
Yeah. When he said this, I'm so stupid, right? I looked over here and I saw the opened, like, canopy thing over there, you know, when you unlock the stuff. And I nearly started to cry. I know it's so stupid. I know it's so dumb, right? But it's like, I remember starting this game and just like unlocking those and like seeing this world for the first time, looking at Dragonspine for the first time, and I'm never gonna be able to do that again for the first time. But I'm so appreciative that I did get to do it with you guys. Okay, we gotta move on. I'm gonna die. This episode is the one where I die. Ooh.
Grilling the steak over fragrant cedarwood infuses it with more flavor than pan-frying it. It's a favorite of Master Kaya's. Since using an open flame to grill indoors is somewhat inconvenient, we usually set up a grill outdoors. It's perfect for grilling meat, but you can also use it to make stews.
Wow, you know a lot.
I can offer you a satisfying salad, cold cut platter, and anything stewed. What would you prefer, Traveler?
Let's go with a satisfying salad?
Okay, right away.
Sounds kind of refreshing. And maybe it's just because I ate dinner earlier and I'm like a bit full. I'm like, I'll just have like a bit of a salad. You know? Something refreshing. Something that
Master
like give
Kaya
me energy.
really likes stewed vegetables, but it takes the most time. So I'll start making that first and then prepare your meal once
This
that's
is what I
underway.
mean. It's so sweet to me how like she even knows his preferences. Yeah, you know his preferences inside out.
I looked after him and Master Diluc when they were growing up. He wasn't always such a complicated character. He was a gentle child, polite and very sweet.
And I guess, yeah, complicated is a very interesting way to phrase it too.
Boys, huh? The gentle ones grow up to be wild, and the rambunctious ones become quiet and reserved.
So Diluc was rambunctious?
At least that's my experience. If there's anything you don't understand about Master Kaya and his antics, please feel free to talk to me about it. His temperament has changed quite a lot over the years, but he still has a lot of the endearing qualities I remember.
I can't always tell if he's being truthful. I can't always tell what he's up to. That's fair.
Kaya is much savvier and more mature than he used to be.
Oh my god.
Goodness knows he could be tricky to deal with. But let me share a few little tips.
Shady, right. Shady, because like I think, like if I look up the definition of shady, first of all, before we get these amazing tips to this person, because I think savvy is such a better word than shady, right? So someone who's shady, of doubtful honesty, or I guess, or legality. Right, that could be seen as that, but I think savvier is a way better way to explain it.
When he answers your question with a question, stop and think carefully about what he wants you to believe, and don't be led on by him.
He does that?
As for not knowing what he's up to, that's because he loves making up a good cover story.
This is so sweet. It's so sweet.
But don't let him get to you too much. You can take it from me. You were drinking a cider lake just now, right?
That's right. But don't let him get to you too much. I love his like his savviness. I love his like shadiness. I love it.
Do you know why it's called that? The name was coined by none other than Master Krepus when he mixed the drink for Master Kaya himself.
For real?
They were adorable when they were young. One time, the winery was hosting a banquet, and Master Krepus strictly forbade Master Diluc from drinking. Master Diluc wasn't happy about that, and he convinced Master Kaya to team up with him and sneak into the wine cellar to steal some dandelion wine.
Yeah, because Kaya was giving him shite about this.
And how did I find this out? because when Master Kaya attempted to distract me, I could clearly see Diluc hiding around the corner of the corridor, gesturing to Master Kaya to direct him through the whole thing.
Wait. I feel like I've seen a depiction of this somewhere. Right? Maybe? Am I wrong?
The Captain Kaya of today never bats an eye when he lies. But he wasn't like that at all when he was young. Ah, goodness. How did I get into this? Anyway, they were discovered by Master Krepus in the end, and he was furious. He punished Master Kaya by making him write lines, and Master Diluc was forced to clean the wine barrels in the cellar.
Oh my god.
The wine cellar had over a dozen large wine barrels to scrub.
Oh my
and
god.
Master Diluc was just a child. There was no way he could finish it all by himself. Master Krepus really meant to teach him a lesson.
I can tell.
I'd originally planned to secretly finish off the work for him, but when I peeked inside the cellar, I found that Master Kaya was already there. He and I finished scrubbing the remaining barrels. When Master Krepus saw that the bruises on Master Kaya's hands were even darker than those on Master Diluc's hands, he instantly understood the situation. Master Krepus wasn't stern by nature, so to comfort Master Kaya, he mixed him a drink and added a few drops of alcohol just so he could have a little taste.
Okay. Crazy reward.
So you see, Kaya was a gentle child and never one to boast about the things he did for other people. Sometimes he'd even deny it if asked.
He's still that way. He is still that way. He denies helping people at every turn. When we were doing the choir thing, he left because he's like, I don't need any credit. Whatever.
His friends have a special place in his heart, even if he keeps this to himself.
They do. They really do.
Kaya's quite a smooth talker these days, but I can tell that his habit of quietly helping others hasn't changed.
I understand exactly what you mean.
Ah, good. Okay, the stew is nearly ready, but the meat and the other dishes will need a moment. Please wait at the table. I'll be over shortly.
Thank you so much. No, that was so nice to hear, because it's all been confirmed in this whole episode so far. It's all been confirmed. Getting on the way over again. You sweet, sweet, sweet man. You sweet man. We all love you.
Drinking fine wine, eating Adelinde's steak. Ah, now this is what I call a vacation.
And I got to hear some stories about your childhood.
Oh? What has Adelinde been telling you?
She said you had a strong sense of justice.
So she told the good stories. Well, shucks. Now I'm embarrassed.
It's just, again, like, right there, you don't know how exactly he feels in
Food's
this
ready.
moment.
I hope you're hungry. I made a little extra, given how long it's been since you were last here.
This is much more than a steak, by the way. This is a memory, right? This is taking someone back to their childhood. And you can laugh at Marco Pierre White when he says it. Why do we eat food? For the memories. To take us back to a time when we were younger. My mother. That type of stuff, like, can seem funny, but, like, he's right. He's freaking right. It also shows the dedication someone has to remembering you, how you like something. Have you ever been to someone's house and they're like, and you're like, hey, do you want a cup of tea? And they're like, yeah. And it's like, oh, you take 2 sugars, right? And you're like, yeah, I do. It's so nice.
We never imagined there would be such a magnificent feast. You've really outdone yourself. Why don't you sit and eat with us this time?
The more the merrier.
If you keep chatting away, the food will get cold. I'll wait here. Please call me if you need anything.
I'm afraid that just won't do, Adelinde.
He's such
I'm
a sweet
serious.
talker.
We get together so rarely. Can't you bend the house rules just this once? After all, I don't live here anymore, so I'm just a regular guest. You aren't going to refuse your honored guest this small request, are you?
Since it's you, Master Kaya, I see no choice but to honor your request. I know that us sharing a meal is a sign of our close relationship, but this is technically against the rules for a maid, so please forgive me for rebuffing you at first.
It's fine, yeah, it's all Kaya's fault.
I didn't mean to sound rude. Traveler, given how petty Master Kaya can be, it must be hard for him to make friends. Does he have any friends in the Knights of Favonius?
Everyone is his friend. Like, you have no idea how much people like him and trust him.
See? I do have a way with people. And now I have him here to back me up.
You enjoy hunking me with Kai and Adelinde under a gentle breeze.
Hello, everyone. Pardon me, but is this
Wait,
Dawn Winery?
what?
I'm Guangzhe,
Wait.
a guard with the Secure Transport Agency under the Leo Communications Office.
Dude!
Here's my card.
You were in the other part as well!
No wonder Elzer felt so strongly about staying. He certainly wasn't kidding about how busy it is. Mr. Guangzhe, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is all mine. The Secure Transport Agency has worked with your fine establishment in the past, though we have only corresponded through letters. I always found it a great pity that I, the overseer of our cooperation, have never had the occasion to visit in person.
Why don't we go inside to discuss the details? No doubt the conversation will flow better with some of our wines to taste. Adelinde, we'll continue our discussion
Look at him
later.
going into business mode, by the way.
Could you fetch some apple cider for the three of us?
And the thing is about like Kai is like he's not a stranger to this. You know what I mean? Like he has had like a lot of negotiations, a lot of conversations with people. He's very good at this stuff.
Certainly, Master Kaya. Please wait a moment.
Accompany Kaya to the winery to entertain a guest. This is the person that we were talking to earlier. Look at this setting here. Look at that. Look at this.
And how
The
might
music
I
here
address you,
is
sir?
so good.
As well as your...
Just Kaya is fine. I'm standing in today for Elzer, who usually manages the winery's business. And this is my good friend.
Hi, I'm Wonder.
A pleasure to meet you as well. I'm not just here today to pay a visit. I actually have an invitation for Master D-Luke to cut the ribbon at a ceremony to celebrate our agency's business. Our collaboration with Dawn Winery last year was quite successful, and I was curious about your product shipment plans for the next quarter. If it's no trouble, please, also mention to Master D-Luke that our agency has expanded this year, so if the winery has any additional needs, please consider us.
Master Kaya, the apple cider you requested.
Master? Wait. Pardon my foolishness, but might I inquire as to your relation to Dawn Winery?
Interesting question.
I'm Master Krepus's adopted son, and Master D-Luke's brother. However, as a serving captain with the Knights of Favonius, I am rarely at the winery.
But look at all these credentials. It's great that you just said it outright, of course, because like of course he would, you know? He's not like there's no again, and I think it's also showing that Kaya like has no shame about him feeling as if Mondstadt is his home and the Dawn Winery was his home.
My mistake. I apologize for not realizing earlier. I do hope I have not done you a discourtesy.
You have, but we'll go past it.
You may have misunderstood, Mr. Guangzhe. Though I am Master D-Luke's brother, I don't actually live at Dawn Winery. I'm also a guest here today. I'm merely here receiving guests due to Elzer being temporarily indisposed. But please, don't worry. I will be sure to extend your invitation to Master D-Luke.
Thank you for your graciousness. I knew the Dawn Winery's wines were delicious, but I am only now discovering how wonderful the apple cider is. It has a clear and inviting fragrance.
In addition to the apple cider, the winery has an extensive collection of reserve wines and liquors. I see you are also a connoisseur of fine wines, so it would be a shame not to sample some.
It's so interesting how as well he goes into like, you know, because he's such a suave, savvy talker that he would be very good at this type of conversation, but also like how he is very much like going into business because he knows that he can't just play around too much when it comes to other people's businesses.
Adelinde, please fetch a bottle from the reserve collection in the second floor wine locker.
As you wish, Master.
Thank you again for your most gracious hospitality. Today's trip was very fruitful. Now, allow your humble servant to take his leave.
Please, it was a pleasure. Here's hoping we'll have a chance to share some more fine wines together in the future.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
The guest has left, Master Kaya.
Kaya's plan succeeded again. Wait! I didn't even notice! He got the freaking wine!
It's no skin off my nose. Master D-Luke may have a few choice words when he learns of the
Ow.
situation, but
He's
that's all.
fantastic. So he was able to protect the business while also getting about. Oh my god, he's incredible.
All I really wanted to say is, you will always be a part of the Dawn Winery family, Master Kaya.
So nice.
I have never considered you an outsider. No matter when, if you ever feel tired, you'll always be welcome here.
There's no bad ending. There's no bad ending. There's no bad route. Every route in the Kaya one was perfect.
I understand, Adelinde.
Who's that?
Now this is a busy day. Who's at the door this time?
That again is trying to say to Kaya, you're not an outsider. You're not. We don't treat you as an outsider. We don't see you as an outsider. You are one of us.
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
That's been 2 minutes, bro.
Now that was fast. How are you feeling?
The doctor said there was nothing to worry about. I just need some rest. But on the way back, I met someone who was looking for Master Kaya.
Oh my god.
Kaya! Shh! Klee's here to rescue you. Come on! Let's escape.
Oh my god. I'm dying. Oh. Oh my god, I'm dying. She's here to rescue us. Oh my god, I'm dying. What are you, Kaya's not in danger.
Mr. Honorary Knight! Are you grounded with Kaya too?
I love her so much. She is the funniest Genshin character. There is no character who's funnier than Klee.
Grounded? Yes. Albedo was saying something about that.
Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Sumeru was fun, but it can't compare with Mondstadt. So here we are.
Oh my god, I didn't expect to see Klee.
You two must have done something to make Jean mad, but that's okay.
Oh, sweetheart.
Kaya has rescued Klee loads of
Oh.
times before, so when Albedo told me you came
Oh
back,
my god.
I went and said sorry to Jean.
Yeah?
Kaya, you're free now. We can go play together again.
What a sweetheart. The funniest, most sweetest character who ever lived.
Oh, if my memory serves me correctly, this child is...
Perfect.
This is a fully qualified Knight of Favonius.
Yeah.
Klee.
I am dying. I'm bereft of life. Cause like mid-laugh, I started coughing as well, and so like I couldn't contain anything. I had to like move to the side. I was destroyed.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, miss.
We're sorry. Please don't ground Kaya.
She knows all the tricks.
What?
I really need to take Kaya and Mr. Honorary Knight away so we can go find Albedo, Sucrose, Amber, and everyone else and play together.
Oh, this is the greatest.
I see. Hello, Miss Klee. You needn't worry. Master Kaya's grounding
Oh
is
yeah, they're
long
playing along
over.
a bit.
See, Adelinde, you don't need to worry about me. I have lots of people to care for me
She
now.
came to break him out of metaphorical prison. Oh my dear lord. This absolute sweetheart. That killed me. Klee goes, I have to break you out of prison. I have to break you out of prison. I don't think I saved this picture. Follow the sun in flight. Flee with all your might. This, I would say, is the most important hangout when it pertains to what this story is, right? It was like it was a all-encompassing important story, but it had so many heartwarming moments. My face hurts from laughing there. Klee is the biggest. The fact that she came to break us out because she thought we were in trouble. She genuinely thought we were in trouble is the funniest thing in the world. And like she's like, shh, I'm here to break you out. And the fact that she waited outside until she let him into the and let her into the house is also really funny too. Please don't ground Mr. Kaya so they can play. And she said sorry to Jean on behalf of Kaya, and Jean was probably like, oh yeah, everything's cool. And Lisa probably got such a kick out of that. This story all these hangouts, I talked quite a bit about like why it's important and why these hangouts are important and why this hangout in particular is incredibly important to the story. This is the second last hangout in the timeline of hangouts that you can do. Now, I don't know if they'll add more for... Natlan. They might add one. I'm guessing one. If they added one for Fontaine, they might just add one for Natlan as well. You never know. The hangouts to me have always been very special. And that one to me, I would say we can safely say that is the most important one to the story of the overarching story of Genshin. What that is teaching us, though, and what's us telling to Kai is like straight after what happened with the revelation of Clothar Alveric. What that is trying to say to us is trying to show us that, not only show us, but show Kai as well, hey, this right here, Mondstadt, this is your home. And not only that, Tevad is your home. And yes, and I even think Venti was saying you will have to make a choice, but no matter what the choice you make is, this is your home. And the elderly man we were talking to was talking about how, like, he wanted to how we were picking, grapes for the wine and all this stuff, and how like how it was such a, like, in that menial task, showing us what he would have done as well, showing him how he got grounded with Diluc, but also like cared about Diluc, and also showing that Klee cares so much about him that she would break him out of here, and then like getting all the souvenirs for his for the people in Mondstadt as well. He notices things about Mondstadt, talking about Barbara, noticing Venti, helping out the choir, wanting to help out the choir. It is the whole message of this whole mission is, Kaya, you are cared about, and you care about Mondstadt. This is your home. Adelinde said it. This, you have never seen you as an outsider, and there's no way they're not saying that by accident. I don't see you as an outsider. That is an important message. That is a super, super important message. Guys, this was incredible. So many funny moments, so many incredible moments. We had, the stuff with the gambling, all this stuff. It really was an incredible time. And with that, I can really say thank you to the Never Gonna Play the Baby Gangster on Patreon. And thank you so much to everyone who watched this. But thank you so much to Never Gonna Play the Baby Gangster on Patreon, and Tyfire 2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusa, Shabbatarbed, Malcolm, Death Trap, and Lynx Markey. Did I say every name? I always forget. I hope I did say every name. Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusa, Shabbatarbed, Malcolm Day, Jeff Trapp, and Lynx Markey. And if I didn't say every name, always correct me, please. There's been times when I forgot to say a name for like a while because I forgot, like, I got deleted somehow. And patrons are so nice and they're like, oh yeah, I knew about it, I just didn't say anything. I'm like, no, say something. Say something right now, please. Please say something. This was a joy to do. I don't know if it was broken up into two parts. If it was broken up into two parts, well, you'll see it in two parts because this is a long one. I think in the end it was around 4 hours. Which, uploading a 4-hour video is sometimes difficult because I upload 2 videos every day usually. So it is kind of difficult. But I will say as well, this is also my home. Mondstadt is my home. And I see Tevad as my home. Oh, I have an idea. Party setup. Pineapple Kryptonite. So, Pleasant Shock here. Where is he?
Let's go.
Do you want to do the thing, D-Luke?
Finding someone to chat to.
Very forceful. We love a man who knows what he wants. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye. It's tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, we have to edit for tomorrow.
Something's come up?
I also think with the first one as well, with the play, that what it was trying to show us was that Kai's well aware that like there's going to be some, like, again, I don't think he's fully aware why he was left in Mondstadt. We found out in the story he doesn't know exactly why he was left in Mondstadt, but he's worried that he might be there and he might have to pick a side if something does happen. If there is something that happens, especially with all the Abyss cropping up. But like he said, I will hunt down the Abyss tomorrow. I will in the actual Archon quest. But it's like he's trying to say to us, like, look, what would you do? You know what I mean? What would you do in this case? And like, would you betray your people? Would you betray your fate? And in that play, it showed. It was very much instrumental in that play, the idea of betraying your own family. But then they try to show us with the rest of the stories. Well, Mondstadt is also his family. Mondstadt is the place he grew up. The Dawn Winery, the people he met. All these characters, they're the people that love him. And Klee was such a great way to end that. Such a pin to end that. To show, like, look at this soul. Just cares so much about this dude, no matter who he is. She doesn't judge him. She only judges him on his actions.